Good day to you all. It's a great pleasure to have the chief guest here with us, Dr. Kamala Selvaraj. She is one of the very powerful doctors in this particular industry, as well as she is a pioneer in the fertility treatment. And it's a great pleasure to be here with you. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I think gynecologist was one of the very typical word in those days, the early days, if you ask me that. What made you to take up this profession? Because it needs a lot of dedication and it needs a lot of passion towards that. In the early days, was it your dream for that?
Well, this is instead of saying gynecologist, OBGYN, it is obstetrics and gynecology, and it is dealing with diseases of women, to be short. And those days when I did, there was no particular profession for ladies, because my daddy, when we were 16 years, just getting out of school, he asked whether, Amma, now you want to get married or you want to carry with a profession. We said we don't want to get married. So he said, what do you want to do? For ladies, the dignified profession at this era of time is only as a doctor, or you be a teacher. And both my sister and me, just with 1 year apart, didn't want to do teaching. Therefore, we chose medicine. And for ladies, those days, it was only obstetrics and gynecology, dealing with all diseases of women and also delivering, making and delivering babies. That's all. So we chose to be gynecologists.
It's nice to hear that. And basically, a lot of present young doctors are looking at you as a role model. Because when I had a talk with a lot of young doctors, they see that actually I want to be like Dr. Kamala Selvaraj. That's the way in which I hear that. Who was your role model? Who inspired you to be as a gynecologist?
Well, not as a gynecologist, but inspired me were my parents, because my daddy did very well. He put a stamp amidst two great giants, Shivaji and NTR, and he didn't have a political background, but he, stood in competition with them and did very well. My mother was an excellent housewife, a great character, and both of them advised us to be excellent in whatever you do, but don't expect the result. You do your profession, whichever work you do it with 100% dedication, but don't expect what is going to come out of it. And the result, the fruit, will always follow when you are dedicated. So they were my role models, and I never followed anybody else.
It's a great thing to hear that. Obviously, most of the time the parents are the role model for the people.
Mm-hmm.
And you may, when you in your early days, you have been dealing with a lot of celebrities, and now you become one of the great celebrity here. And being as a celebrity, and you are playing a lot of roles like a doctor, mother, and daughter. And which felt it's the most difficult for you, or how you are managing all the roles which you are carrying?
Well, it's a successful and a busy woman has to be well organized. So I'm very well organized and well planned. If I have to travel for a week later, I'm already packed today. And many other things I do with people around me. I train them to do all my work. And therefore, I don't miss anything. I don't miss wedding anniversaries. I don't miss birthdays. I never fail to attend a celebration or a marriage if I'm personally called by them, whoever it may be. I respect everybody for what they are. And there are no big people, there are no small people. Everybody's same. Today I'm here where I am. Tomorrow I don't know where I'll be. I may be one among my workers. So you should always, keep your level and no ego. And another thing is, the most difficult is probably as a mother for children, when you're very busy. My daughter complains, I grew up like an orphan. She has no right to say that, because she has got 3 kids and I'm looking after them so much, and she doesn't spend much time as much as I did. So it's more the quality of the time we spend with them. No, I'm telling you, it's difficult because she's complaining. Otherwise, I feel every role, a wife, a mother, a grandmother, a daughter, everything, a friend, everything is a challenge which I love to face and make it very successful in each aspect of life.
Right, yes. Presently in our country, the women are facing a lot of challenges.
Yeah.
Does it affect the advancement of their life?
Well, it doesn't. I mean, well, if there are, because the same job you do and I do, you get more paid. Why is that? Because you're a man. A man may be physically stronger, but a woman is strong in her mind and willpower. She can face any challenges in life, and she will not get drunk or drugged or smoke for that. Well, it may be there, but they always can face life and they don't give up. They fight for their rights. And what was I saying about what I?
You asked about the women facing challenges in the present
Yeah. Our the gender, it's of course physical strength and mental strength. I was talking about between a man and woman. Except that the job each one does, the man gets more paid. I don't understand why. Maybe because he is the head of the family and he has to feed the entire family or what. But women are waking up and people are waking up. They realize the importance of women, and in my field I don't face challenges because maybe the field I chose is different from others. Because here my field is I make a family happy, 3 families. The lady who gets the baby, husband and wife, the girl's parents and the man's parents, both. 3 families are happy, and if at all they come to see me, they come to bless me and say, we are so happy. It's not like a person suffering from cancer can suffer and die. It's not getting fever and coming for fever again for a physician. So I'm very, very happy in my field. I'm lucky.
So do you think that the gender discrimination is still exists?
Of course, I think simple as you go and stand in a queue, you come out of a lift abroad, and the man will allow the lady to go out. But here, absolutely there's no discrimination. I'm shocked the way men behave while paying for a bill. They push you and they go on. And but brown, they get on and go. And here we have to wait. They are men pushers and go. And there's no respect for women here in India alone. Whereas in Sri Lanka, the men will wait in a theatre. All the men will be inside, all the ladies will be outside because they allow the ladies to pass. There's no respect for women in our country, I feel. At least 50 to 60, 70% of the men do not respect. Probably it's the fault of the mother who bring up the child. Well, you have to tell me.
But still, you have reached a very great level on top of the place where you are sitting at here. I'm sure that you will also face a lot of difficulties in your career. How did you handle those kind of things?
Well, from beginning in my career, I have been facing a lot of difficulty, which I could cry, come out of it, be consoled by somebody, say even a building. When we did the first building, GG Hospital, I lost few things, like the taps or some pipes or some brass pipes. I used to stand in front of the building and cry. And the architect used to tell, Amma, first time you're doing a construction, because the whole land I pledged and I got 12.5 lakhs and did out of that, and I had only 1 year waiting time to finish and pay back. And as my custom, after marriage, we don't take money from the parents. And mine was a love marriage, I walked out of the house. And therefore, I used to cry for everything, and he used to console me. It's nothing. You have to face all this. This will happen. So, like that, people encourage you, and you come out of it, you could fight. But and my profession, I worked hard. And when whole South India did not know about the test tube baby, I brought out the first South Indian test tube baby. I did not pay anybody from abroad to come. I made my own team. I had my indigenous team. I still have my own team, and we do it every day.
As you know well, Only Success is a Women Extraordinary, which is going to come on February 12th of that, and you are going to be one of that, part of that. And I just wanted a few words about Women Extraordinary on only to the participants.
Okay.
Just you wanted to know.
My dear my women, my friend, my children and elders, We are extraordinary, really. We are Shaktis, you know. What is Shivan without Shakti? Ardhanadeshwar, he is like Shamam, like a dead body. Therefore, we are the strength for everybody, including man. And we are superior to them because we can create a human being, which they cannot. So we are everything in heavens and earth or whatever. So we have that extraordinary power and the courage and the strength to deliver a child which men cannot do. And we have the greatest power to achieve, and a woman educated is like a ripple, can educate the entire family, and we are very strong, and each one of you have got something in your body which your aim, your strength, and you can do something extraordinary. So wish you all the best, especially young people, coming up people, tomorrow's India, tomorrow's pillars, tomorrow's strength of our country. All the best for all of you. Do something extraordinary. Don't expect the result. It will come to you when you work hard. Okay? All the best.